Before we dive in, I'd like to remind you to hit the subscribe button. Currently, only 1% of my viewers are subscribed. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll release an exclusive special video just for you. Thank you. Alex Harper's pulse raced as he navigated the crowded market district of Neoterra. The city bustled with a vibrant mix of alien species, each more unique than the last. Yet, amidst the clamor of traders and the hum of advanced machinery, a sinister scene unfolded. Ahead, a towering Gorax had pinned a young human girl against a wall. His enormous hand easily encircled her neck, lifting her off the ground. Her terrified eyes met Alex's, pleading for help. "Hey, let her go!" Alex shouted, his voice carrying more confidence than he felt. The Gorax turned, his reptilian eyes narrowing at Alex. "What's this? A human hero?" His voice was a guttural snarl, dripping with contempt. "Stay out of this, weakling, or you'll be next." Ignoring the icy fear gripping his insides, Alex moved closer. "I said, let her go." With a dismissive snort, the Gorax released the girl, who crumpled to the ground, gasping for air. "Fine. You want a piece of this?" He advanced towards Alex, each step reverberating through the market. Alex braced himself, but the Gorax was upon him in a flash, his massive fist connecting with Alex's jaw. Stars exploded in his vision as he staggered back, barely staying on his feet. "You're no match for me," the Gorax sneered, enjoying the spectacle. The onlookers, a mix of species, watched with a blend of fear and curiosity. Some humans turned away, too accustomed to such scenes. Others, aliens and humans alike, whispered among themselves, wondering if this human could possibly stand up to the brute. Alex wiped blood from his lip, refusing to back down. "This isn't over," he managed, his voice hoarse but determined. "We won't let you terrorize us anymore." The Gorax laughed, a deep, menacing sound. "Big words for such a small creature. Remember them when you're nursing your wounds." Satisfied with his display of dominance, the Gorax turned and sauntered away, leaving Alex to help the girl to her feet. "Are you okay?" he asked, his voice softer now. She nodded, tears streaming down her face. "Thank you. I thought he was going to kill me." Alex's jaw throbbed painfully, but he forced a reassuring smile. "You're safe now. Just get home and stay out of their way for now." As the crowd dispersed, Alex leaned against a wall, the adrenaline fading and the pain setting in. He knew this encounter was far from the end. The Gorax had been terrorizing Neoterra's humans for too long, and their reign of fear had to be stopped. That evening, as he nursed his bruises in his small apartment, Alex couldn't shake the feeling of helplessness. The Gorax were stronger, faster, and seemingly invincible. But the image of the girl's terrified eyes fueled his resolve. He couldn't just stand by anymore. He turned on his computer, scanning through articles and forums, looking for any information on how to combat the Gorax. Training videos, self-defense techniques, anything that could give him an edge. Hours passed, but Alex didn't notice. His mind was set on one goal: to protect the vulnerable. A message popped up from an old friend, Drex, a former Virex soldier he had met years ago. "Heard you had a run-in with the Gorax. You okay?" "Not really," Alex typed back, his fingers aching. "We need to stop them, Drex." "I need your help." After a brief pause, Drex responded. "Meet me tomorrow. We've got a lot to discuss." As Alex logged off, a sense of determination washed over him. This was just the beginning. He would gather allies, train harder, and find a way to stand up to the Gorax. For the sake of all humans in Neoterra, he had no choice but to fight. Alex Harper awoke with a pounding headache, a cruel reminder of his confrontation with the Gorax. He glanced at the message from Drex, an old friend and former Virex soldier, and felt a flicker of hope. Drex was a skilled fighter and strategist, exactly the kind of ally Alex needed. As the sun cast its first rays over Neoterra, Alex made his way to their meeting spot, a small cafe tucked away in a quieter part of the city. Drex was already there, sipping on a steaming cup of something that smelled strongly of spices. "Alex," Drex greeted, his eyes scanning Alex's bruises. "You look like hell." Alex managed a weak smile. Good to see you too, Drex. They sat in silence for a moment, the weight of their conversation settling around them. Finally, Drex spoke. So, you want to take on the Garax? Alex nodded. They're terrorizing us. We need to stop them. But I can't do it alone. Drex leaned back, considering. You're right. We can't fight them head on. They're too strong. But we can outsmart them. We need a plan. Where do we start? Alex asked, leaning forward, eager for any guidance. I have a friend who can help, Drex said. Zara. She's a tech genius from Nikuria. If anyone can give us an edge, it's her. Later that day, they met Zara in her workshop, a cluttered space filled with gadgets and glowing screens. Zara, a petite alien with iridescent skin and large, curious eyes, greeted them warmly. So, you want to bring down the Garax? She said, her voice tinged with amusement. More like necessary, Alex replied. Can you help? Zara nodded, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Of course. I've been wanting to take them down for a while. They're a menace. The trio spent hours discussing strategies. Zara showed them her latest invention, a small device capable of disrupting the Garax's communication channels. This will cause confusion and give us the upper hand, she explained. Drex outlined a training regimen, focusing on agility and precision. We can't match their strength, but we can be faster and smarter. Days turned into weeks as Alex trained relentlessly. Mornings were spent running through drills with Drex, learning how to anticipate and dodge attacks. Afternoons were dedicated to mastering Zara's tech, understanding how to use it to their advantage. One evening, as they rested after a grueling session, Drex turned to Alex. Why are you doing this, Alex? What drives you? Alex paused, looking out at the neon-lit city. When I saw that girl being attacked, I saw myself. I've been in her place, helpless and scared. I can't stand by while others suffer. We have to fight back. Drex nodded, a rare smile touching his lips. I respect that. We'll make sure you're ready. Their small victories began to accumulate. Using Zara's device, they disrupted several Garax operations, causing confusion and frustration among the bullies. Word spread quickly, and other species started to join their cause, inspired by Alex's bravery and determination. One night, as they reviewed their progress, Zara looked up from her screen. We're making a difference, but we need a bigger win. Something that will show everyone the Garax can be defeated. Alex felt a surge of determination. We need to take down their leader. If we defeat Korgar, the rest will follow. The room fell silent as the enormity of the task sank in. Drex broke the silence. It won't be easy, but it's our best shot. We need to plan this carefully. Alex looked at his friends, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. We can do this. For Neoterra, for everyone they've terrorized. We'll bring them down. As they solidified their plans, Alex couldn't help but feel a spark of hope. They were no longer just reacting to the Garax brutality. They were taking the fight to them, united and determined. And for the first time in a long while, Alex believed they could win. The air in Neoterra's market district was electric with tension. Alex, Drex, and Zara stood hidden in an alleyway, watching the bustling scene. Their target was a Garax shakedown at a small human merchant stall. It was time for their first real test. Remember, stick to the plan, Drex whispered. Surprise is our biggest advantage. Alex nodded, feeling a mix of nerves and determination. He glanced at Zara, who held a small device that would disrupt the Garax's communications. She gave a confident nod, signaling she was ready. They moved into position as the Garax enforcers approached the stall. The merchant, a frail old man, looked terrified as the lead Garax sneered at him. Payments due, old man. Don't make this hard. The merchant trembled, holding out a small pouch of credits. The Garax laughed, shoving him aside. This is nothing. You owe double. Alex felt a surge of anger but kept his focus. He gave a slight nod to Zara. Instantly, the Garax communicators crackled with static, causing confusion among them. What the? The lead Garax barked, fumbling with his communicator. Drex seized the moment, launching himself at the nearest Garax with a swift, well-placed kick. The alien stumbled back, crashing into a stall and scattering goods everywhere. Alex moved in, targeting the leader. He ducked under a clumsy punch and struck hard at the Garak's knee, sending him sprawling. "You're not welcome here anymore," Alex said, his voice steady. The market erupted into chaos. Shoppers scattered, some watching in shock while others fled. The remaining Goraks tried to regroup, but Zara's device kept their communications scrambled. The leader snarled, recovering quickly. He charged at Alex, who narrowly dodged, feeling the rush of air as the Garak's massive fist grazed his shoulder. Alex countered with a quick jab to the ribs, but it was like hitting a wall. Drex was a blur of motion, using his agility to outmaneuver the Garak's he faced. He landed precise, debilitating strikes, each one weakening his opponent. "Keep them off balance," Drex called, his voice firm. Zara, meanwhile, was a whirlwind of activity. She used her tech skills to disorient the Garak's further, throwing small, buzzing devices that emitted blinding flashes and disorienting sounds. Her movements were calculated, ensuring she stayed out of direct combat. Alex focused on the leader, using the environment to his advantage. He ducked behind a stall, causing the Garak's to crash into it and get tangled in the debris. Taking the opportunity, Alex landed a powerful blow to the back of the Garak's head, finally bringing him down. The other Goraks, seeing their leader fall, hesitated. Drex and Zara capitalized on their confusion, pushing them back and out of the market. "You're not so tough without your leader," Drex taunted, driving the point home with another precise strike. With the Garak's retreating, Alex turned to the merchant, helping him to his feet. "Are you okay?" he asked, concern evident in his voice. The old man nodded shakily, gratitude in his eyes. "Thank you. I thought they'd kill me." Alex gave a reassuring smile. "They won't be bothering you anymore." "Not if we can help it." As the crowd began to calm, murmurs of awe and respect spread among them. Humans and aliens alike exchanged looks of newfound hope. Alex felt a swell of pride. This was just the beginning, but it was a step in the right direction. Back in their hideout that evening, they reviewed the day's events. "We did good," Drex said, clapping Alex on the shoulder. "But this was just a small victory. Korger will hear about this." Zara nodded, her expression serious. "We need to be ready. They won't take this lightly." Alex met their eyes, feeling the weight of their words. "We will be. This is just the start. We'll keep fighting until the Garak's know they can't terrorize us anymore." The trio shared a determined silence, united in their cause. Neoterra had seen its first glimmer of hope, and they were ready to fan that spark into a flame. The success of their first skirmish quickly spread through Neoterra, igniting both hope and tension. The Goraks were furious, and their leader, Korger, was determined to crush this newfound resistance. It wasn't long before Alex received a public challenge. It came in the form of a broadcast, Korger's massive face filling every screen in the city. His voice boomed through the streets, dripping with contempt. "Humans of Neoterra, you think a few small victories mean you can defy us? I, Korgar, challenge Alex Harper to a duel. Face me if you dare. Prove your worth or admit your cowardice." Alex's heart pounded as he watched the broadcast. This was it, the confrontation they had anticipated. But the stakes were higher than ever. A direct fight with Korger meant putting everything on the line. In their hideout, Drex and Zara looked at Alex, concern etched on their faces. "We knew this was coming," Drex said, breaking the silence. "But Korger won't fight fair. We need a plan." Zara nodded, her fingers flying over her tablet as she pulled up schematics and data. "We'll use every advantage we have. We need to outthink him, not just outfight him." They spent the next days meticulously planning. Zara modified their tech, enhancing the devices that had previously disrupted the Garak's. Drex drilled Alex on every possible combat scenario, focusing on agility and precision. On the eve of the duel, Alex found himself alone, staring out over the city. The neon lights reflected his swirling thoughts. Drex joined him, offering a silent presence of support. "I know you're ready," Drex finally said. "But what's driving you, Alex? What makes you keep fighting?" Alex sighed, searching for the right words. "It's not just about me anymore. It's about everyone they've hurt, everyone too scared to stand up. I have to show them we can fight back. Drex nodded, a hint of pride in his eyes. We'll be with you every step of the way. The following day, the public square was packed. Humans and aliens gathered, the air thick with anticipation. At the center stood Korger, his massive frame imposing as he awaited Alex's arrival. Alex stepped into the ring, feeling the weight of countless eyes on him. The crowd hushed, the tension palpable. Korger sneered, his voice a low rumble. Ready to meet your end, little human? Alex met his gaze, unwavering. I'm ready to end your reign of terror. The duel began with a ferocity that took Alex's breath away. Korger moved with surprising speed for his size, each blow aimed to incapacitate. Alex dodged and weaved, relying on the training Drex had drilled into him. He used the environment to his advantage, making Korger crash into obstacles, slowing him down. Zara's tech disrupted Korger's senses, creating moments of disorientation that Alex exploited. But Korger was relentless. He landed a solid hit, sending Alex sprawling. Pain exploded through his side, but he pushed himself up, refusing to give in. Is that all you've got? Alex taunted, trying to buy time. Korger roared, charging again. This time, Alex was ready. He sidestepped at the last moment, using Zara's device to create a flash of blinding light. Korger stumbled, disoriented, giving Alex the opening he needed. With all his strength, Alex delivered a decisive blow to the back of Korger's head. The Gorax leader fell to his knees, then collapsed, unconscious. The crowd erupted in cheers, a wave of relief and triumph sweeping through them. Drex and Zara rushed to Alex's side, helping him stand. You did it, Zara said, her voice filled with awe. Alex looked around at the cheering faces, feeling a swell of pride and hope. We did it. This is just the beginning. As they left the square, Alex knew the fight was far from over. But they had taken a crucial step. Neoterra was beginning to change, and the Gorax had learned a valuable lesson. Humans were not to be underestimated. The public square had barely settled from the chaos of the duel when Alex Harper, Drex, and Zara convened in their hideout. The weight of their recent victory hung in the air, mingling with the anticipation of what was to come. Korger's defeat had sent shockwaves through Neoterra, but the battle was far from over. We've shaken them, Drex said, pacing the small room. But the Gorax won't back down. They'll regroup and come back stronger. Alex nodded, the reality of Drex's words sinking in. We need to be ready. We've shown them we're not afraid, but now we have to keep the pressure on. Zara was busy at her workstation, her fingers dancing over the keys. I've been working on a new upgrade for our disruptors. It'll give us an edge in the next encounter. Good, Alex replied. We need every advantage we can get. The next day, they received word that the remaining Gorax were rallying at their Stronghold, a fortified area on the outskirts of the city. It was a bold move, meant to show their strength and intimidate the populace. We can't let them regain control, Alex said firmly. We need to hit them hard and fast while they're still reeling. Drex laid out a tactical plan. We'll divide into two teams. Zara, you'll handle the tech and keep their communications down. Alex and I will lead the frontal assault. We'll use hit-and-run tactics to keep them off balance. As night fell, the trio made their way to the Gorax stronghold. The area was heavily guarded, but Zara's devices quickly disrupted their surveillance systems. Alex and Drex moved silently through the shadows, their hearts pounding with adrenaline. The first skirmish was swift. Alex's team engaged the Gorax guards, using their speed and agility to outmaneuver them. Drex's precision strikes incapacitated their foes, while Alex focused on disarming and disabling. Inside the stronghold, the remaining Gorax were caught in disarray. Zara's tech wreaked havoc on their systems, plunging the area into darkness and confusion. The humans and their allies moved with calculated efficiency, taking down the disoriented Gorax one by one. As they pushed deeper into the stronghold, they encountered fierce resistance. The Gorax, realizing the severity of the attack, fought back with brutal force. Alex found himself face to face with one of Korger's lieutenants, a massive brute with a cruel glint in his eye. You think you can just walk in here and take us down? The lieutenant snarled, swinging a heavy club at Alex. Alex ducked, narrowly avoiding the blow. "We're not just walking in. We're ending this." With a swift kick, Alex knocked the club from the Garak's grasp. He followed up with a series of precise strikes, each one aimed at vulnerable spots. The lieutenant staggered but refused to fall. He lashed out, catching Alex with a glancing blow that sent him reeling. Drax appeared at his side, delivering a crippling punch to the Garak's midsection. "Together," he said, helping Alex back to his feet. With renewed determination, they pressed the attack. The lieutenant fell under their combined assault, his defiance crumbling in the face of their relentless onslaught.